Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Christina Morgan. Today, I want to address a topic many men hesitate to speak about, yet it deeply influences confidence, relationships, and overall well-being: male sexual health, specifically the desire to improve firmness and size through natural, daily practices. First, let me be very clear. There is no miracle pill or overnight transformation. However, what science does support is that good circulation, strong pelvic floor muscles, and mindful connection to the body can significantly enhance erection quality, firmness, and visual fullness. That's where a simple 3-minute daily exercise routine can help. Not as a cure-all, but as a tool for better blood flow and confidence. Let's talk about what matters most: circulation and muscle control. The penis has no bicep to train, but the muscles around it, especially the pubococcygeus (PC) muscles, part of the pelvic floor, play a major role in erection strength and stamina. When strengthened, these muscles can support better rigidity and even the appearance of enhanced size during arousal due to improved engorgement. Here's the daily 3-minute routine I recommend. When we talk about male sexual health, particularly sensitive topics like size and performance, it's easy for the conversation to become clouded by exaggerations, miracle promises, or silent shame. But the human body doesn't respond to fantasy or fear. It responds to biology, to consistency, and to care. This is why I always begin by reframing the goal. Instead of chasing unrealistic expectations about permanent enlargement, I encourage men to understand what truly creates the appearance and feeling of greater size: enhanced blood flow, stronger muscular support, and improved erectile quality. These are real, measurable, and achievable outcomes grounded in physiology, not illusion. Your body can change, not through force or gimmicks, but through function, awareness, and habit. Many men underestimate how profoundly circulation impacts sexual performance. The penis is not a muscle. In fact, it cannot be strengthened like an arm or chest. But its fullness, firmness, and visual size during arousal are entirely dependent on vascular response. When blood flows efficiently into the corpora cavernosa, the erectile chambers, the result is a naturally fuller state. It is here that men often notice a difference, not because their penis has become longer, but because it is performing at its optimal capacity. This is a crucial distinction. The pursuit of size often stems from a desire for confidence. Yet physiological confidence doesn't come from stretching skin or chasing centimeters. It comes from knowing your body responds at its best when called upon. I have worked with countless men who entered this conversation feeling defeated. They compared themselves to airbrushed images or false claims online, believing something was inherently wrong with them. It's important to say this plainly. Most men are already within a perfectly normal range, but their perception is distorted by unrealistic cultural standards. What they often lack is not size, but strength: vascular strength, muscular strength, and emotional strength. When we shift the goal from appearance to performance, from insecurity to empowerment, real change becomes possible, and most importantly, sustainable. The pelvic floor plays an indispensable role in this transformation. These are the hidden muscles, often ignored, that form a supportive hammock beneath the organs. During erection, these muscles help maintain rigidity by compressing the deep veins and sustaining engorgement. When these muscles are weak, erections may falter or feel inconsistent, leading to frustration or self-doubt. But when trained, through intentional squeezing and relaxation, often referred to as Kegel exercises, men can improve not only their firmness, but their control. Better control means the ability to sustain an erection longer, recover faster, and feel more connected during intimacy. This form of internal discipline is far more powerful than any external product claiming shortcuts. Another key function is endothelial health, the capacity of blood vessels to dilate and deliver oxygen-rich blood. Poor lifestyle choices such as smoking, chronic stress, and lack of movement impair this function, reducing erectile strength. When I prescribe breathing exercises or gentle stretches as part of a male health routine, it's not for relaxation alone. Breathwork increases nitric oxide, a vital molecule that allows arteries to expand. A body that breathes fully performs fully. In this way, what seems simple, deep inhalation, pelvic contraction, circulation awakening, is actually foundational biology at work. It is vital to confront one myth directly. No exercise or natural practice will lengthen penile tissue permanently beyond one's genetic structure. That is not how the body is designed. Pursuing that outcome leads to disappointment and sometimes harm. But what you can absolutely enhance is the functional size, the visible fullness and strength achieved during arousal, which is what most men truly seek when they think of size. They don't want inches. They want confidence, presence, and the certainty that their body will respond when needed. This is attainable, and often within weeks of proper practice. Real health needs honesty. When men train purely for external validation, they disconnect from their internal signals. They ignore discomfort, push too hard, and often abandon their goals. But when they train from awareness, from interoception, the ability to listen inward, they build a partnership with their own body. They notice warmth returning to regions once cold. They become attuned to subtle engorgements and whispers of circulation. They feel a pulse of life where once there was dullness. This internal awakening is far more profound than surface-level aesthetics. It's an act of reclaiming. I often remind my patients that sexual health is not isolated. It is an extension of cardiovascular health, endocrine balance, emotional tone, and self-trust. A firm, full erection is not a private miracle. It is the result of the heart pumping effectively, the blood vessels responding properly, the muscles stabilizing supportively, and the mind allowing arousal rather than fearing failure. To improve erection quality, therefore, is to improve life quality. Each contributes to the other. We must also address psychological space. Men carry tremendous pressure to perform, often silently. Anxiety constricts blood vessels. Doubt interrupts arousal. Shame fragments attention. When someone is mentally trapped in comparison, the body cannot perform optimally, no matter the exercise. This is why I always pair physical practice with breath-based grounding. It allows the nervous system to release the fight-or-flight response and surrender to rest and response, the state where true arousal lives. Function thrives in calmness, not tension. To focus on function is to honor truth. It is to respect your biology enough not to demand magic from it, but to cultivate mastery with it. When men commit to a simple daily routine, 3 minutes of targeted pelvic work, mindful breath, and circulatory stimulation, they are not chasing fantasy. They are refining function, awakening dormant capacity, and reclaiming a silent power within themselves. Over time, what changes is not only firmness or fullness, but identity. They begin to walk differently, inhabit their body differently, engage with partners differently. Because when you trust your body, you no longer perform, you participate. So let us be clear, this journey is not about growing something external, it is about accessing something internal. Strength, stability, stamina, self-respect. These do not come in pills or promises. They rise from practice. And when a man learns to live from function, he discovers something far more valuable than size. He discovers certainty. When speaking about male vitality, one truth stands above all others. Your body responds to what you do consistently, not occasionally. A 3-minute daily practice may sound insignificant, almost too simple to matter, but the body is designed to change with repetition, not force. This is where many men underestimate their own potential. They're accustomed to grand efforts, hours in the gym, strict diets, intense regimens, but they overlook the quiet power of small rituals. Especially when it comes to intimate health, subtle practices performed mindfully each day can transform circulation, muscular control, and self-confidence in profound ways. The strength of this practice lies not in complexity, but in connection. When a man devotes even a few minutes to his pelvic floor, to his breath, to the flow of blood within his lower abdomen, he is doing more than exercising a muscle. He is forming a neurological and vascular dialogue with a part of himself often ignored until something goes wrong. The pelvic floor is a foundation, supporting erection, release, urination, posture, and inner grounding. Yet many men reach adulthood without ever consciously contracting or releasing it. Through daily practice, they begin to inhabit this core region, like rediscovering a hidden engine. Breath is the second essential element. Deep diaphragmatic breathing increases nitric oxide production, oxygenates tissues, and softens the nervous system. Too often, men live in constriction, tight jaw, shallow chest breathing, locked hips. In this state, arousal becomes challenged, even sabotaged. Blood cannot flow freely when tension dominates the vessel walls. By integrating breath into pelvic training, the body enters parasympathetic activation, a calm yet alert state where arousal is naturally supported. A 3-minute practice that starts with slow, grounded breathing signals safety to the nervous system. And in safety, blood moves. In safety, erection becomes possible. Let me be very clear. This is not only an exercise for performance, but for presence. Men often approach sexual health with a performance mindset. How long, how strong, how impressive. But the body doesn't thrive under judgment. It thrives under attention. The difference may seem subtle, but it is transformative. Attention invites awareness, while judgment triggers anxiety. Awareness cultivates function. Anxiety constricts it. The daily mind-body routine is therefore not simply strengthening tissue, it is retraining perception. You are teaching your nervous system to meet arousal with calm control rather than tension and expectation. 2 minutes of pelvic contraction and release can dramatically alter erectile stability. The motion of squeezing, as if stopping the flow of urine, and then fully releasing, teaches both endurance and relaxation. Many men inadvertently carry their pelvic muscles in constant microtension, similar to how shoulders can hold stress unknowingly. This chronic contraction diminishes blood supply over time. True strength is not only the ability to contract, but the ability to let go. This is why rhythmic reps of contraction and release matter. You are building control, not strain. Some men ask, can such a short routine really make a difference? I answer with this. If you do it daily, absolutely. The body changes through habit, not hope. In the beginning, you may feel nothing at all. Pelvic muscles are subtle, but over days and weeks, you begin to notice small warmth, a sense of internal pressure, increased awareness. These signs are proof of engagement, and once awareness awakens, progress accelerates. Even arousal feels different, because now you are an active participant rather than a passive recipient. You can direct the blood, hold it, release it, prolong it. This intimate command is not fantasy. It is trained function. We must also speak about emotional discipline. Daily practice is an act of self-respect. It is easy to dismiss intimate health until crisis arrives, until erectile inconsistency, performance anxiety, or relational tension forces attention. But resilience is built before it is needed. With just 3 minutes a day, a man sends a message to himself. My intimate health matters. My vitality matters. My relationship with my body is not reactive, but deliberate. This shifts identity. Health routines are not about vanity or desperation. They are about sovereignty. You become the caretaker of your own physiology. Men who commit to this practice often report unexpected benefits, not only improved erection quality, but heightened sensation, better bladder control, and even enhanced posture. The pelvic floor anchors the spine. When awakened, it can influence how one stands, walks, even speaks. Confidence is not just psychological, it is embodied. When your base is strong, your voice changes, your breath deepens, your presence solidifies. This is why I emphasize, do not underestimate what 3 minutes can restore. There is also a deeper layer, interoception, the inward sensing of bodily states. When you close your eyes, breathe deeply, and contract the muscles no one else can see, you are strengthening inner perception. You begin to feel micro-adjustments, rhythms of pulse, temperature shifts. You become fluent in your own biology. Men who cultivate this awareness achieve something larger than performance. They achieve partnership with their own body, and in that partnership, anxiety dissolves. You are no longer at the mercy of chance or fear. You have built a skill. This is a journey of refinement, not revolution. No dramatic changes overnight, no unrealistic promises. But each morning, each evening, you accumulate alignment. And in time, what changes is not only your function, but your faith in your function. You stop worrying if you will respond. You know you will. Because you have practiced response. You have rehearsed presence. So, if you ask me what 3 minutes can do, I will tell you this. It can return you to yourself. It can bridge mind and muscle, breath and blood, confidence and capability. It can restore a power most men fear they have lost. Not through fantasy, through function, through awareness, through daily, deliberate ritual. Just 3 minutes, repeated. That is where transformation lives.